And now, live 3 miles apart on the Lawrence corridor in Chicago, it's
semi-regular
Wednesdays.
Wednesdays.
It's our 45th remote show with our special guest, comedian and podcaster Megan Gailey, plus Alex Gardes, Naz Nazim, Bodi Shak, and Rebecca Kaplan. And now, two guys who recently invested in a wall calendar, Flower Shop Bangers.
Woohoo!
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to was technically our 45th remote show, but the first where we decided to tweak the name a little bit.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of, I'm not sure. So I remember we discussed this a little bit, I think, in our last show. But
Yes.
you said you thought we just named this semi-regular Wednesdays. I thought it'd be kind of funny to make Wednesday just Sunday all of a sudden. That'd be too Sunday. I don't know. Anyway.
Oh yeah. We could just call all of our shows semi-regular Wednesdays, even though we're on Sundays and Wednesdays.
Yeah. I don't.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know. It's a name is a name. What is a name? I think.
Yeah, exactly. I mainly think it's all fluid, so whatever works. I've been seeing semi-regular Sundays on a Wednesday for the Wednesday shows.
That's true. Yeah. No. I
Yes.
think it has been a little confusing for everyone. Anywho.
Anyways, welcome. For those of you who don't know us, we are Flower Shop Bangers. We are an improv duo based out of Chicago, and we have been hosting remote shows from our respective apartments on the north side of Chicago for going on 6 months now.
Yeah.
So before I introduce all of our acts for the evening, if Dan, if you could say something about some of the small businesses we're supporting and some of the fundraisers that we're trying to give a boost.
Sure. So if you look down below, there is a banner that is rotating, and it has many of some campaigns as well as some businesses that we think are important to support at this time. One, there is a GoFundMe organized by the comedian Chris Redd. Chris Redd is trying to raise money to help the victims of COVID, to help the victims who happen to contract COVID-19 while at Black Lives Matters protests. Those are still going on. It's obvious that these things are still happening and people need to protest, but also we still have a virus going on, so we need to treat those people. Second, there is the bar that Stuart and I usually host this show at, Shakers on Clark. Unfortunately, Shakers is closed right now, but they are still running a GoFundMe to help tip their bar staff. So if you have, if you're maybe having a drink while you're watching our show, you can feel free to give us send some money, maybe what you would have paid for it at the bar. And let's see. Next, there is a really great gym that I go to. It's called Bodi Shak. They offer really great fitness classes. It's really just kind of one of those small. It's a smaller gym, fitness only, and it's also a Black-owned gym. They have a GoFundMe in the description to this event for people watching at home, and also you can buy classes for it. Last and certainly not least, there is the coffee shop called First Sip Cafe. First Sip Cafe is on Asia and Argyle in the Uptown neighborhood in Chicago. I have a link in the description to buy gift cards there. And honestly, I think they have really great coffee and tea drinks. So I will be honest, a lot of these are a lot of local businesses and things that I personally care about and I like. And I think none of us really want to see our local businesses go away. And so if these are not pertinent to you, I really recommend that you go to your own local businesses and you support those, because those are the places that are going to need our help at this time. Back to you, Stuart.
Oh, thank you so much, Dan. So we have a really stacked lineup for this show. I like to think that since we've been doing remote shows, we try to do something special with every fifth show. We'll keep everyone posted once we get to remote show 50 later this month.
Mm-hmm.
Our special guest this evening is Los Angeles-based comic Megan Gailey, who hosts a podcast called The Greatest, and we'll probably pick her brain about the NBA playoffs and everything. Immediately preceding Megan Gailey, and yes, I am slouching in my chair, we have New York-based comedian Alex Gardes.
Woo!
Preceding Alex, in Chicago, by way of Chennai, India, we have Naz Nazim.
Woohoo!
Right before Naz, we have some freestyle rap courtesy of Buddha Bob.
Woo!
And now leading us off is another comedian that we have had in our show once before, a really phenomenal comic out of New York City. Please welcome Rebecca Kaplan.
Hey, thanks. Thanks so much for having me on. It's cool. It's great doing a show in Chicago for my dining room. I don't know. I got a haircut recently. Do you like it?
Woo!
Woo!
Thank you. It's a quarantine haircut, which so like I did it myself. It's great. I like the thing is I like always cut my hair myself. And like this is like the first time in my life that I've been like totally unashamed to admit it. Because like everyone was like freaking out, like, oh man, the hair salon is closed. And I'm like, yeah, I get it's so sad that I like can't go to a place where people yell at me for an hour and charge me money for it. I don't know. Like maybe like this is just a me thing, but I'm so like non-confident. I'm like so unconfident that the salon, like, the ladies who cut hair, like they never like just say like yes to whatever I like like they always like question me and then they're like, are you sure you want that? Like, I don't think you do. And it's like it's awesome. Like if I wanted like, geez, if I wanted to have my like wishes disrespected, I just would have like gone on a date and then I like wouldn't even have had to pay for it. It's great. I've never walked out of a haircut like satisfied that they did what I wanted. It's crazy. It's really just like banging a dude. The one where you pay for the experience. I don't know. It's weird. Like I don't know. Things are starting to open up outside in New York now. It's great. I saw that they like make you buy something to eat now, like a bag of chips if you get a drink, and it's like, oh, it's weird. Why is the city is the city trying to make me drink more alcohol to justify my chip habit? Like, okay, gun to my head, I'll like get another rum and coke. But I mean, you're really like just doubling down on like the things that'll kill you, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I think I would actually like most of the time prefer to be drinking just soda. But I feel like it's not cool to be an adult that drinks soda. So I've like convinced myself that I like it better with alcohol, even though I don't. It's really weird. Like it would definitely just be better for me if I like drank the soda just plain. I don't know. Like nobody's ever like drank so much soda that they embarrassed themselves at a work function. You know what I mean? But I mean, that's whatever. I mean, I don't know. So weird delivering jokes to mostly silence. Like funny, or if I mean, this is really like this should be the setup for like how horror movies start. It's like The Shining, but like Jack Nicholson is just doing a a Zoom comedy show at the Overlook Hotel. I don't know, like I think that would actually be more terrifying than I think that's more terrifying than like the rotting lady jumping out at him, because like he didn't choose to be in that situation. Like he was just in a room, like he was just in that house and like then weird things happen. But like I chose to do this right now. Like I knew what this show was going to be like and I did it. I'm doing it anyway. It's it's great. Like I mean, I think we should all be putting ourselves out there more to like things that make us uncomfortable. Like, I've been getting hit on a lot by like men in like Twitter messages. Like, you know, just like, and I'm like, okay, sure, you can like hit on me, but you have to like our courtship has to take place 100% on like public Twitter messages. Like you can, but only if everyone can see it. And like the men are like, okay, yeah, let's do it. And like this happened so many times that I was like, you know what, I'm gonna make a dating show where anybody can like do this. So I'm gonna do it, man. I'm gonna make a series of videos. Stuart has agreed to be in it. Thank you, Stuart. We're gonna find out together whether that is entertaining to watch. I think it may be, but I don't know. I haven't hugged someone in 6 months, so um, you know, it's all okay. I will go back to doing material instead of no, it's I don't know. I feel like I was like really like starting to like come into my own before the pandemic happened. You know, like I was like I had just dyed my hair red and I was like getting hit on a ton by like men at bar shows. Um it was great. Like man, if I had $5 for every man who told me he had a thing for natural redheads, I could afford to stay red forever. You know what I mean? Great. I was like really having like a hot girl winter. I don't know, but yeah, like it's I don't know. I feel like a crucial part of like being in your late 20s is learning the exact dollar amount a man has to spend on you before you'll put out. You know? Like I'm not a prostitute, okay? That's not what I'm saying. I'm just not a cheap lay anymore, you know? Like that shit is for younger women that don't know what they're worth, okay? I know my value. I'm worth at least half a Greek salad. I was doing the mental math the other night. It's like, okay, a $14 glass of Prosecco, $10 worth of fancy pizza. Yeah, this guy is gonna get laid. You know, but you know, it's not like I mean, I'm a classy lady. Like you have to be at least $15 or up to ride this. Oh, that was so gross. I hate myself for saying that. But it's cool. I mean, I don't know, like you ever like just go out with like a dog walker and you're like, what am I doing with my life? Like like I know what he's doing with his life. He's walking dogs for a living, but like what am I doing spending time with him, you know? Weird. Like man, dog walkers in New York are serious though. Like they're so serious. Like I applied to be a dog walker once and I actually like got rejected, which is like I don't know. I assumed it would be really easy because like all you need to but it's so weird like to me that like anyone in America can like just decide to become president, but there's like a really high bar to be a dog walker in Manhattan, you know, like I think that's weird. They like they like looked at me like I was going to kill the dog. I did make a joke that I was going to kill the dog, but I was like obviously kidding. I don't know. It's thank you. I don't know. It's crazy. I like I don't know. I like dogs a lot. They're it's like I kind of miss like owning a dog. It's the only socially acceptable way that you get to touch poop. I don't know. I don't have a pet anymore. My cat's dead. pour one out for Delilah.
Oh.
It's cool though, because like she's still like with me every time I put on my bra, you know. Like she died a long time ago, but her hair will live on forever inside my bra. So there's no way I'm getting those little hairs out. It's terrible. I don't know. Like my friend tells me I should vacuum my carpet, and I'm like, and like lose the last piece of Delilah that I have. Like I don't know. It's whatever. I mean, I think I love her and like her little like sharp little hairs. It's cool. I think like I don't know. Do you like you guys know how like some people like dress up really hot and like post like thirst traps to make their exes jealous? I like don't understand that at all. Like I think like the best revenge would be to like make yourself look really disgusting, you know? And because then they'll like see you and be like, ugh, I stuck my dick in that. At themselves. Like there's no, I don't know. Anyway, thank you for having me.
Rebecca Kaplan, everyone.
What you want.
All right. Thank you so much, Rebecca. That was cool. Make sure to check out Kaplan. Unfolding before your very eyes on Twitter. All right. So we have a quick programming change for tonight. It turns out something has come up with Megan Gailey, but we will still have 3 more awesome performers tonight, and then of course Flower Shop Bangers. Megan, we hope you're well, and we hope we can reschedule if you are watching at the moment. Before we get to our next act, so Dan, our lovely webmaster, has his finger on the pulse of our Facebook live feed, and it's an opportunity to essentially do crowd work on Zoom. It's an opportunity for people that are tuning in live to, ask for a shout out, or, if they have any questions or comments. Dan, is there anything going on in the live feed?
Yeah, so I thought I'd give a special shout out to someone who I do see who liked the feed and is watching, Emily Patterson. Hi, Emily, how you doing? Yeah, so I see that there are other people watching. I don't know who they are because I haven't liked the Facebook feed or commented on the YouTube feed. So I mean, if you want to shout out and you're out there watching, then feel free to do that. That also helps, spread visibility of this show. So thank you, and thank you to everyone who is watching already. And back to you, Stuart.
All right, thank you so much. I knew I forgot to do something right before the show, but I think I can manage without. So when Dan and I moved our show to Shakers on Clark in Lakeview in July 2018, 2 years and 2 months ago, we began a campaign to save Chicago barprov. So in a nutshell, there used to be improv shows for free in bars all over the north side of the city, mostly along the Belmont and Clark corridors. So all like mostly in walking distance of Wrigley Field. And like Underground Lounge was where we cut our teeth. Mullins, AJ Hudson's, Crocodile Lounge, a bunch of bars that were on the north side of the city. And one by one, these bars, started phasing out improv shows. Started going out of business, just moved in a completely different direction. And when Dan and I moved to Shakers, the very concept of barprov kind of had its back against the wall. The thing about barprov is that it's not strictly improv. It's ostensibly a jam where you can perform with people that you don't normally perform with, but it's always been essentially a comedy variety show. And what we're doing tonight is essentially like a Zoom barprov show. And as an incentive for our Save Chicago barprov campaign, we have set up a barprov tip jar. Now, I actually have like a physical jar, and by jar, I mean a plastic cup with a piece of duct tape on it with improv tip jar written on the side of the cup. And it has some cash in it. To my understanding, we have $7 inside the improv tip jar, which means that split between our 6 performers tonight, everyone is going home with $1.17.
Woohoo!
Yes, we did not tell any of our performers tonight this was a paying gig. We just love the sight of their surprise in their eyes and everything. So obviously, no one is expecting Dan is not expecting anyone to walk up to his 3rd-story apartment in Uptown and throw cash at him. And I'm not expecting anyone to walk up to my 3rd-story apartment in Ravenswood Manor and throw cash at me. So we have our Venmos on the screen right now in this black letter box. If you are enjoying the show and you want to make sure that all of our performers get a tip tonight, please send money to one of these 2 Venmos.
Mm-hmm.
Again, all of our performers tonight are going home with about $1.17. And then to all of our performers, you could just give us your PayPals and Venmos after the show. Without further ado, our next act is a freestyle rapper. He is presently based in Chicago, but originally hails from Ohio. Please give it up for Buddha Bob.
Woo! All right. So I would like to start this off by asking for a suggestion. So what I'm going to have Dan do is type into YouTube an adjective and then type beat. So if I can get a suggestion either from the live audience watching, or if we need to go to some of the other performers watching here, that would be fantastic. So just any adjective. If we can get an adjective, I'll wait for a second, and then I'd love to get started.
Can we just yell out an adjective?
Yeah, for sure.
Indigo.
Indigo. Dan, got it?
Mm-hmm.
Right on. So I've been rapping for about 3 years now. I have a EP called Bipolar Trisolar, which is a hip hop EP about mental health. It's on Spotify, iTunes, all that kind of stuff. And all of this tonight will be freestyle. So.
All right, whenever you're ready, let me know.
Pull it, Dan.
Wait 1 second, sorry.
You're good. There you go. Can you turn it up just a little bit? Strong colors right off with the flow, going up to the top. You know I'm coming from Ohio, used to be in Chicago though, rolling down the red line where I go. That's alright, I haven't cut my hair for a while either. Coming back like I'm feeling like a bit of kryptonite. I just wanna roll tonight, I just wanna write tonight. Going like 3 songs, gonna feel like I got some might like kryptonite. Gonna feel like dynamite. Kick it back, that's alright, let the beat ride, alright. Held down for a while, take me up to the moon, put me on the sun like a mushroom, boom. That's alright, going down, tune in too. I'm a cartoon, tune into my room. That's alright, going off just like a boom. I wanna get like with this soon. We're gonna advertise, come through at noon. That's alright, I'm having fun with it. Indigo. Indigo violet, like a sun ray. I'm coming down with the yellow, like I'm gonna pray. All my chakras aligning when I meditate. That's alright, Buddha Bob, you gotta lay them straight. Kick back in your DX racer, play your games. Do some dog dash and make some money, fam. That's alright, you gotta get it, do it. I lost my hearing for a minute, that's alright. Just human for a minute, steer clear if you gotta get it. Maybe you will get with the mix real quick. That's alright. Subconsciousness so glamorous. I like to listen. This is just the ignition. Gonna kick back and listen. Alright. I just wanna rhyme tonight and kick back. No, I don't like Sprite too much. I don't wanna write too much. I don't wanna write too much. Yeah, I feel just in touch. It's actually my album cover that I drew. That's basically it. Coming through the internet from the back of your head. Kick back, no relapse, right like a stack. It got an offensive line. Kick back, get it like the quarterback. Kick skin, that's alright. Just relax, take off your helmet for a minute. Stay conscious if you're with it. That's alright. I'm sitting with it. Take me to the stream and the wine, I'ma skip rocks. That's alright, take off my dirt cause I can clean them. I don't need the tide, that's alright, I'ma sheen them. I'ma ride the night, that's alright, I'ma keep them. So much bass in my tune, that's right, gotta change the flow for a minute in the zone, that's why we gotta grow, just like Groot. I got so many toes, just 10 for you, but I'm a fantasy creature. When I close my eyes, I got dreams for the preacher, and I'm gonna hypnotize what I coming off of the top of my head. It's like a chrome dome on a Chromebook, I said. Cool, so maybe another suggestion from one of the people listening. We'll maybe do like 2 more here.
Yeah, let's take a look at the Facebook comments to see.
Great.
Someone said groovy.
Groovy. Cool. Groovy type beat.
Groovy.
It sounds great, Dan. I can hear it great. Yeah. Pick whichever one you want. Hell yeah. I just want to do something. Why try? That's all right. I want to do something. Closing my mind. I don't want to do something. Put up too many walls. I just want to do something. Why you gotta kick back too soon? That's all right, gotta do soon. That's all right, gotta do soon. That's all right, gotta move soon. Too quick, gotta get loose, gotta get sick. Gotta get loose, gotta get this Greg Goose. Gotta get down, gotta get with this, gotta move soon. Why you gotta get up to Chicago? Gotta get with that comic boom. Gotta take some comic school. That's alright, gonna do it like a fool. Here in Cincinnati, got my natty. C-cap with my friends leaning back. That's alright. I just been singing like Quicksilver. Hope this shit is recorded cause I'm feeling it. I lost the sound just a minute. That's alright. Coming off the top, gonna get it alright. Feel it for a minute and now it's back. Started grad school this week. Then I started a 40-hour job. Now I'm doing DoorDash. I gotta do the hustle. That's all right. Never gonna rob. Gonna kick back. Gonna get it like a hustle mob. That's all. In the beat, but I'm lost in the sound. Don't need a compass when I got it all around. Turn it up just a little bit, I can hear it. Feeling so groovy, feeling kinda loopy. I wish I was in Chicago too, like those big white snowfalls out by the lake. Or New York, I could be in Williamsburg. We could kick back out by Brooklyn. Maybe we could get down and do something. My friends, this is way too cool up on a Zoom. Imagine this when we were 4. We had dial-up, then this would be pretend. Put a tin can up to your ear, maybe you would hear it. I would just steer with my voice, that's alright. Can't hear too good. This beat is real low, I hope the next one's a boomer.
Sorry, that was actually the end of the last one, and it went into the new one. So,
heck yeah.
Should we do one more?
Yeah.
One more suggestion?
Yes, one more. Do you see anything in the comments, Dan?
I mean, I see someone has the word mellow in their comment. How does that sound?
Mellow's great.
All right. All right, Dan, find us a mellow beat.
Scroll and pick your favorite picture, Dan. I know you're a visual guy. Got a good one?
Yeah.
Is it loud? Is it loud?
Do you hear it?
Loud. I can hear it. Way too loud, not everybody hears my sound. That's alright, I feel it when I'm feeling mellow all around. And I hear that, that's alright. Like an Indiana melon, gonna pick that. That's alright. Like a field, gonna need that. Make a bus up to Chicago, gonna hear that. That's alright. $45, gonna make that in the night. Then I'm gonna steer that. It's alright. Then I'm gonna write a screenplay all night. Then I'm gonna direct this shit. That's alright. I like to smile cause my teeth white. Look in the mirror cause I look right. Then I look like a strikeout. That's alright, cause I like the dugout. Lots of gum in there. Gonna chew real quick. And I flick this shit. Then I move with it. I'm just having fun. I wish I was doing improv, cause I like that too. Son of a gun, I've just begun. What do you want to do? I could do that too. Want to do some graphic design? We could do that. I'm so inclined to make shit. I just want to quit because I can't sleep sometimes. I just want to recline in my chair and unwind in my mind. I want to see all the dreams that could be so indigo. We are going back through everything that we know. I want to get groovy like a movie. This is so mellow. I know I could play some bass on a cello. 808, I'm a goofy fellow. I hope this sounds alright on a Zoom. I don't know how it's coming out through the mic, but I know I'm feeling right. This is like being on the moon. This is like being on the Zoom. This is like keeping it in tune. I like singing. I like to do other things too. Hope you guys are having fun. Thank you, Flower Shop Bangers. This is so cool. Thank you so
Good
much.
job, everyone. All right, good stuff, Buddha. Thank you so much. That was actually really phenomenal. Thank you. By the way, now I actually have the physical tip jar. This is the tip jar. This is the thing that has $7 inside, roughly. I guess if you do the math, $7.02. All right, Dan, any updates, questions, comments?
Yeah, sure. So there are actually a lot of people that liked the stream after I asked them last time. Sounds like a lot of people want shout outs tonight. So I thought I'd give some shout outs to Mitch Kessler, Maria Burgos, Coton Melman, Chichi Ebulona, I'm not sure how to pronounce that last name, and Marjorie Preston. Thank you all. Also, Chichi does tell you, Bobby, that your beat sounded great. So she said keep the flow going.
Excellent. Well, I'm glad everyone is enjoying the show. All right, without further ado, our next performer is originally from Chennai, India, whose town slogan is, if you're driving to Perumapatu, You're too far east. Also a really phenomenal comedian. Please welcome to our show, Naz Nazim.
Hey, everybody. This is my first Zoom show, so thank you for the support and thank you for having me on the show, Flower Shop Bangers. So my name is actually Naz Nazim, and I just go by Naz. I am not from here. I was born and raised in India. So the first thing that I did as soon as I landed at the airport here was get Starbucks. Because I thought I wasn't going to find one on the outside, right? So I gave my order, I gave my name, and I waited with such excitement for my first cup of Starbucks coffee. And then I see the guy come out with the cup and he looks confused. He says, "I have a coffee for Nazi." I panicked. I pretended like I wasn't there. But then the guy there points at me and he goes, "Wait, aren't you Nazi?" All eyes were on me at the airport. I panicked. I said, "I am not a Nazi. I'm just a Muslim." And well, that was my introduction to the United States. So since then, I go by Naz instead of Nazim. And whenever I introduce myself, almost every single time the person goes, "Oh, your name is Naz, like the rapper." Like they're almost like expecting me to start rapping, saying "fuck Jay-Z." But here's the thing, like I was so fresh off the boat that I thought Naz the rapper was a small brown Indian woman. Yeah, had no idea who Naz the rapper was. But another thing that people ask me is, "Oh, like, why did you move here?" And when I tell them that I'm in IT, they go, "Oh, do you work at a call center?" I tell them, "No, those people are still in India taking your calls. And I just stole one of your jobs." I don't know if it's okay to say that anymore. I'm going to get kicked out of this country very soon. Yeah, well, but no, moving here has been great for me. So I then came out to my parents. I called my mom and dad and I said, "Mom, Dad, I'm a comedian now." And immediately my dad was like, "What? You're doing comedy? Who's going to marry you now?" Not only for the Muslims, but for all the brown people. And then my mom goes, "Time to find a white boy now." But yeah, working on that. But moving here has really been good for me because I've had a lot of first experiences, one of which was going to a bachelorette party in Vegas. Now, when my friend said, now I come from a culture where I wasn't even allowed to be in the same room as men sometimes. So when my friend said, "We're going to the Chip and Dale show," I asked her if we were going to watch a cartoon. And we get there and then I see these guys taking off their clothes one after the other, and they end up with just bow ties and tiny underwear. And my first thought was, God bless America. Yeah. And then I see these women, they were going wild for these guys. I never seen anything like it. And then it made sense to me. This is why they say bitches be crazy. Starting to understand some of the lingo here. And those guys, they were just so handsome and shiny and oil slicked. I couldn't help but wonder that if Saudi Arabia saw this, they would want their oil back. The next day, I get on the plane to come back home. The plane takes off a bird hits the engine and then the plane starts to go down. Like, I think I'm gonna die. I think in that moment that God is punishing me for going to the Chip and Dale show. But I lived. And then I prayed, well, I will never see a scantily clad man again if you let me live. So I lived. But then I broke that promise a bunch of times. And now I'm ready to die at any moment. Because it was worth it. No, my parents are just like so worried that I'm not married yet. And my dad created a profile for me on a matrimony website. Do you guys know what that is? Anybody?
Mhm.
Yeah. Stuart, do you have a matrimony profile?
I kept one, but I let it expire like 5 years ago.
Oh, that's so much material, Stuart. Well, for those who don't know, a matrimony site is kind of like a dating site, but not really. You match with people there. You just talk to them like on the phone or on a video, and then in a couple of months you're married. You don't really get to meet or date or anything. And I got responses from all over the world. And this guy from Pakistan, he texts me and he goes, "Hello, Habibi, how are you doing? Situation is not good in Pakistan. Are you making dollars?" I said, "Get in line, man. I'm waiting for my own sugar daddy making dollars." And just to be safe, I followed up with, "I'm a Nazi." That worked every single time. Another time, so I go to India a lot, and every time I come back into the United States, I have to go through immigration. And I was pulled out once to check my bags. And when the officer opened my suitcase, he sees a picture of a guy and a resume. Matchmaking now is in the form of suitcase surprises from my parents. And then the officer picks up the picture and the resume and he goes, "Ma'am, why do you have a picture of this person? And why do you have his profile, name, age, sex, date of puberty, virginity status, so on?" And I was like, "I'm a part of ISIS." And then his eyes go wide and he's like, "What?" I said, "Indian seeking Indian singles." But yeah, he didn't have that sense of humor. So. Another first experience that I had moving here was eating wasabi. I did not know what it was. And my fiance had taken me to a Japanese restaurant for the first time. It was a stir fry kind of restaurant. And I asked him what the green glob is. And he said, "Oh, that's mint chutney. Why don't you try it?" Mm-hmm. So I took a big chunk and he watched me put a big blob into my mouth. And I felt like there was steam coming out of my mouth and my ears. And I think I saw Oprah. I saw Oprah and I heard her say, "Go into the light." And well, after that experience, after feeling like I was gonna die, I called off my wedding. Another thing that I've seen people do here is all of you here have vision boards. I never had one growing up at all. So I started to wonder, what would 8-year-old Naz's vision board look like? Now, I would have wanted a toilet that I could sit on instead of having to shit in a hole. But hey, it was leg day every day for me. And now I have great legs to show for it. But when I go to the gym and I do my squats, I have to remind myself not to shit. But a little bit comes out sometimes, and it's very embarrassing. Any of you have like crazy uncles who do like weird stuff?
Yep.
I did.
So I have an uncle who had a heart attack during sex. So he's going at it with his wife. He starts to have a heart attack. He tells his wife reaches for the phone to call 911, and he goes, no, stop. Wait till I finish. And then he's like, what? Are you sure? If we're waiting for you, can we wait for me too? That is what she asked. And she said that she had the best orgasm of her life because he did it like his life depended on it. Thanks for the time, you guys.
Naz Nazim, everyone. Woo! Oh, that was fantastic. Thank you so much, Naz.
Underneath your gaze, I was found in the haze. I'm wandering around.
Dan, any updates?
Not too much new to report, but I do see Chi-Chi saying, girl, the struggle is so real. I guess she's Nigerian and has the same issues with her mom and trying to marry her off, so that was fun. Yeah, I just thought I would also say that if people are watching and enjoying the show, that you can subscribe to the Flower Shop Bangers. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you are watching on Facebook, please like our Facebook page.
Yep.
Yeah, either one works for us. Honestly, we just kind of want to, get people some time during this pandemic.
Yep. And I just want to mention to everyone that we are taking this Sunday off for the Labor Day weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So we will be back next Wednesday for the next semi-regular Wednesday show, where our special guests will be Sydney Davis Jr., Amanda Cohen, plus Brody Blair, Dame Grant, and improv from Always in Trouble. Also, this improv tip jar still hanging tight at $7.02. All right. Without further ado, our next comic is based out of New York City. Was recommended by a friend of ours. Please welcome into our show, our humble little show, Alex Gardes.
Hi, everybody. How are you doing on Facebook, people that I can't see? I hope that you will enjoy this show. I like that song because it describes how fucked up I am on the inside. It's a song called Pork Soda by Glass Animals. Anyway, my invisible audience, how have we been doing? What a tough time, huh? I got to tell you, I just got through a wicked period of anxiety. I was convinced for 3 weeks that I had Lou Gehrig's disease. It turns out that I'm just 39 and it's starting to hurt to be alive.
Mm-hmm.
But, I'm Jewish, so I assume the worst. So I haven't been writing many jokes, but I have been writing some very moving pep talks to my parents about how to move on after I die. And since I'm a privileged little brat, they kind of went like this, like, dear mama and papa, please don't blame yourselves for the fact that I had a cocaine habit in college. It's not because you took away my horseback riding privileges in 8th grade. I wasn't in a proper headspace. Papa, Aspen will always be Aspen after I am gone. My spirit will be in the powder. Very, very obnoxious stuff. That's just what happens when you're raised Jewish. You just have anxiety, and that's why I can't marry a Jewish girl. I can't, because I don't want to create another one of these. It just wouldn't be ethical. We just don't need another terrified child roaming the earth, being neurotic and asking his friends if he's dying. And besides, Christians are so pretty, you know what I mean? And there's a higher probability that we're not related through some distant Ashkenazi past. I'll never forget the time I ran into the shiksas, because I was raised in a very Jewish environment, but for some reason my parents sent me to an all-boys camp in North Carolina. Very Christian-y place. I did get some anti-Semitic comments thrown my way, but it's just because they didn't like me. They were anti-Alex, not anti-Semitic. What a relief. But when we did interact with girls, it was for a square dance. We'd have a square dance with a local girls camp once a week. And I'll never forget the first time I laid my eyes on these exotic beauties, these exotic shiksas with their hairless arms and 2 eyebrows, not one college shirt to be seen among them. It's like, wait a minute, you're in 7th grade and your dad doesn't want you to go to MIT? What's with your family? It was insane. Also, I don't know if you've ever been to dinner with a Jewish couple, but it's pretty hellish. And I just don't want my 30-year-old child to have to sit there while my wife and I argue about which bank a distant cousin works for one day at a Greek restaurant. So let's see. Dating. We're all dating, right? Or we're trying to. Geez, what could I tell you? I have a bad approach to dating, but there's nothing like the rush of falling in love instead of working on yourself. Am I right, guys? It's like, well, I could take care of my credit card debt, but I'd rather just go to dinner with my crush and hear her complain about her boyfriend. A pretty Irish face is much, much better than having to confront the past, the fact that you're still dealing with being spanked at the opera. I did lose a bunch of weight before the quarantine. I did gain it back, but I lost a bunch of weight. And people are like, how did you lose all that weight? I'm just like, well, easy. Diet, exercise, and meeting a girl who says that she's not interested in dating at the moment. Then you lose 20 pounds thinking the problem was that you were 20 pounds overweight, but it's not that you had 20 extra pounds of fat. It's that you were lacking 20 pounds of self-love. Aha. Just like the guy she ended up dating a week after she told you she's not interested in dating. My bad dating habits were really starting to get the better of me, though. They were starting to seep into my regular life because I tried to make an appointment with my doctor. He wasn't available. Now I have a crush on him. And his receptionist is like, why don't you just try to find another doctor in your network? I'm like, no, don't you understand? He's the only one for me. We have a special connection. I know we're meant to be together. He's got the answer to all my problems. And she's like, well, what are you going to do about it? I'm like, easy. I'm just going to pretend I only want to be his friend for the next 6 months. And that won't blow up in my face. I think the problem is that I have dad issues, and so that affects my dating life. My dad and I butt heads a lot. I get very defensive around him because he's a successful businessman. One time we got in a fight over how to cook a piece of duck breast. I was rendering the duck in the skillet as you do, and I just get defensive, and I think everything's about me. So he asks me, "Hey Lex, do you want me to help you cut the fat off that duck breast?" I'm like, "No, Dad. Why did you just accept the duck breast for who it is and be proud of it?" Also, it led to one of the worst heartbreaks I've ever had because I met a girl once, all right? She worked in finance. She loved my stand-up. She's like the father I've always wanted. So I took her to dinner and I said, hey, I have feelings for you. And she is like, I'm sorry, Alex, I just see you as a friend. I'm like, yeah, but if you give me a chance, maybe you could see me as a son. And she's like, I'm sorry, no. And I'm like, I hate this house. And I storm out. I am in therapy, just in case you haven't noticed. Right, figures. It really helps, except now I kind of see everything through a therapy lens. It affects the way I communicate with people, especially the way I dirty talk. Like I've been seeing this girl recently and she asked me, Alex, how big are you? And I'm like, well, I recently forgave my father for all the pain he caused me as a child. So I'm definitely growing as a person. And she's like, that's not what I meant. I'm like, I know. I'm 7 inches from becoming the man I was born to be. And she's like, you know what? I don't think you want to fuck me. I'm like, that's not true. Why don't you come over and lie on my couch? She's like, okay, then what? And then I'm like, well, then we could discuss why you feel that way for the next 45 minutes. A lot of these issues come from childhood. I like to sometimes brag about how much I've grown and what I've overcome. And I do it in maybe tactless ways. I embarrassed my family once. We were over at a family friend's house at their estate in Virginia. And their 8-year-old son took a shine to me, wanted to show me the treehouse. And the dad's like, that's fine. Just don't be out too late. It's hard to see at night. I'm like, sir, I kicked a 4-year cocaine habit without rehab. I know my way out of the darkness. Thank you very much. And he's like, stay away from my son. And I'm like, that's fine. I no longer have attachment issues. And then my family's like, you embarrassed us in front of the Van Duzens. That was their name. I used to mention I go to therapy on dates, which I don't like to do because the thing is my problems aren't very sympathetic because I come from, like I said, a privileged background. And I'm not trying to sound like a brat about it. It's just the reality of my life. So my problems aren't problems to other people. Like one time a girl and I were talking about self-esteem issues, and I told her I go to therapy for self-esteem issues. She's like, why? Were you beaten up on the playground? I'm like, no, I was the worst skier in my family. And every time my parents would go skiing down the hard slopes, they'd leave me behind at a ski chalet. It's a hard word to say angrily. Chalet. It's not an angry word. She's like, what's a chalet? I'm like, it's a warm cabin with a cozy fire. The hot cocoa tasted like ash in my mouth, and I had to drown my sorrows in the fondue. Terrible stuff. One time I put my foot in my mouth because I was working, I used to work as a waiter at an upscale bowling lounge at the Port Authority bus terminal. Both my brother and father went to Columbia Business School, so if I look pale, it's because I've been living in their shadows. And I was telling my friend Jose about how insensitive my dad could be. And Jose was like, yeah, my dad could be the boogeyman. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, well, he used to beat the shit out of me. And he spent $250,000 on hookers and cocaine and left my family. What did your dad do, Alex? I'm like, he's insensitive sometimes. He upset my brother during dinner. He called his company a subsidiary right in front of the Van Duzens. We were celebrating the fact that their daughter Matilda got into Swarthmore. I don't know, guys. I suppose that I just need to settle down and find a nice girl once I'm ready to. I don't know. Sometimes, like, I'm a romantic guy because I'm French, right? So it causes me to I cock block myself sometimes, you know, because I have romantic sensibilities. Like one time I was at a bar with a girl and we were really hitting it off, and she got kind of drunk, and she comes up to me, she's like, I want you to fuck me in the bathroom. And I'm just like, well, no, where are we supposed to spoon? We can't do pillow talk on these tiles. Plus I don't have my duvet. What am I supposed to wrap you up with when you get cold and start to tremble? That's like my favorite part. All right, you guys have been great. Thank you very much. I'm Alex Gardes.
Alex Gardes, everyone. Oh, that was phenomenal, Alex. Thank you so much. Okay, so Dan, one more check-in. As it just so happens, it's come to our attention that someone sent us a very generous tip into our tip jar.
Yeah, thank you to Chi-Chi for that.
Okay, so by my math, everyone is going home tonight with $9.33.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought I'd also give a shout out to Roberto Austin Gardner, who just liked our page, like the Flower Shop Bangers page. Thank you for liking it, so you can watch future shows. You can even watch this show once it's done. If you missed any part of it, keep that in mind. That'll be on our.
Yep. Yeah, if you want to like review any particular parts, like if there's anything that really got you in that sweet spot, you can pause, catch your breath, and then go back to watching the video. If you watch comedy like me, all right. So this is the part of the show where we were supposed to introduce our special guest, Megan Gailey. As I mentioned in our show earlier, Megan had an emergency of sorts and had to fly back to Indianapolis. We hope to reschedule, and Megan, our prayers and thoughts are with you. I was almost going to consider it almost as like a bit. Dan and I were going to try and bluff our way through discussing the second round of the NBA playoffs, but I didn't want to just put Dan on the spot like that.
Well, I mean, I'm actually kind of surprised that whatchamacallit, the frickin' Lord, who forced the Game 7 against the Rockets? That was Chris Paul and the.
Oh yes.
Shoot, what was the team? I'm blanking on it right now. Oh wait, it was the Thunder. It was the Oklahoma City Thunder. It's actually kind of surprised by that. Mostly just because, like, I look at, Chris Paul's like 35 years old now, and which is old in basketball terms, and he's a point guard, which usually relies on things like, quickness and things like that. So those are things that deteriorate when you're older. But there he is going up against, 30-year-old James Harden and 31-year-old Russell Westbrook, who are probably two of the best guards in the NBA. I think you could probably.
Two of his former teammates too.
And two of his former teammates. You are correct. Honestly, I'm impressed by that. Also, I mean, you might be able to argue that like Russell Westbrook might be the best point guard in the NBA. I think he's up there, like him, Steph Curry, or maybe Dame Lillard. I don't know which one. You can take your pick among those three.
Of course.
Anyway,
I was going to say, so for those of you who have not been following, the Western Conference playoffs have actually been pretty exciting because there have been a bunch of series that have gone like 6 or 7 games. The Eastern Conference playoffs, not so much. The first round, there were 3 sweeps, and I believe the number 1 seed knocked off the number 8 and 5 games. So combined, the lower seeds, combined like the 4 teams that advanced went 16-1 in the first round. Like, it really wasn't that much of a. I guess it really exposed a lot of the weaknesses that are in the Eastern Conference. There are probably just the 4 good teams in the Eastern Conference, maybe 5 if it weren't for the fact that Sabonis got injured on the Pacers. Domantas Sabonis. Some of you may remember when his father played for the Blazers in the 90s. But that really could have made the Heat-Pacers series go either way. And Sabonis, deeply underrated player. Unfortunately, he suffered an ankle injury at the beginning of camp, and that was that. Nevertheless, I'm liking the Lakers in the Western Conference. As far as the East is concerned, I think it's still up for grabs. I like the Raptors. I like the Bucks. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
I'll pull for the Bucks. I like Giannis. I think if he's not winning this year, he'll win. I don't know when he signs with the Heat or some shit like that in like 2 years.
And plus, the Milwaukee Bucks have not been in an NBA Finals in our lifetimes.
It's true.
Yeah, like the last time they were in the NBA Finals was in the 70s. Yeah, so it would be a nice change of pace. It's just a shame that people of Milwaukee will not be able to celebrate in case they defeat LeBron or Chris Paul or anything like that.
We should get on to our final act.
Let's get on to our final act. These guys have been performing improv together for 7.5 years. They are the co-hosts and co-producers of Semi-Regular Sundays, which was a barprov show that was hosted 2 or 3 Sundays a month at Shakers on Clark in Lakeview /Boys Town. And to everyone in the Shakers gang that's watching right now, we miss you guys. We still miss you. They have performed at improv festivals in St. Louis, Missouri, Omaha, Nebraska, Baltimore, Maryland, Grand Rapids, Michigan, and Green Bay, Wisconsin. Please welcome to the stage the regionally renowned Flower Shop Bangers.
There we go. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are the Flower Shop Bangers. We're going to do some improv for you, and we get weird with it. Is it just me, or are you a little ominous today?
I am feeling very foreboding. Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
I've got this Dark Lord energy about me today.
Yeah. I mean, that's probably a good thing because, quite honestly, we're undercover.
That's right.
Yeah.
You are absolutely right. I mean,
you have to be a little bit mysterious, I feel like the more mysterious you are, the less people question your identity.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I mean, I've been doing these private investigations for 12 years. I mean, I feel like I've got this down pat.
And truth be told, let's be honest, once you are that ominous figure, people want to follow you,
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because you seem like you have a story to tell. And, when I look into your eyes right now, I see a man that looks like he has a story to tell.
Yes, I do.
Do you? Do
yes. Tell. Right.
See, even I'm excited.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah. But seriously, do tell.
Do tell. So I dreamed up this whole story that my name is Hopkins. And last name Hopkins, not first name. Last name Hopkins, surname Hopkins. And I work in exports. Exports.
Not imports?
Correct.
Yeah.
I send stuff out, I don't bring stuff in.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yes. And but the question is, what exactly do I export? What exactly am I selling to people
Yeah,
in
no.
foreign countries?
I mean, I think when people think of exports, they think of drugs. Let's be honest here, you know.
Exactly.
Oh,
Exactly. You have to keep it vague like that.
uh-huh.
Mhm. You see, that's part of being a private investigator. You
Yeah.
know, you have to keep things private.
Vague, okay. Yes, you
Yeah.
do have to keep things private. You're correct.
Yes,
Especially your real identity. We both
that's
have wife
right.
and kids at home. We don't want them to find out that we are actually Tom and Jerry, the undercover detectives.
That's right.
Yeah,
It just so happens that our given names are Thomas and Gerald.
it's true. It's true.
Yes, we had to take full advantage of this.
I know. I know.
Mhm.
And honestly, people at the Force thought it was very funny putting us together as partners, but
It really was, yes.
honestly, among them, we have become more famous than the actual Cat, Tom, and Jerry cartoons.
Exactly,
Mhm.
because those cartoons are from 70 years ago.
It's true. So
It's a very good cultural reference.
yeah, I know. They're kind of old, but I feel like they're still relevant.
I suppose, in a
Yeah.
certain person.
hmm Well, anyway, I was actually going off for my backstory. I was going to go off my name Jerry. I was going to be a pet store owner. You know.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. What's your beat? We've got like we're doing undercover at a pet shop.
Yeah. You know, I know you are kind of going for the dark, mysterious. I want to get to know you. I am going for the warm, inviting. You know, the warm, inviting
good.
person. You know,
And
I'm.
you do have a warm, inviting personality, and you just exude positive energy.
I am Seth, the pet store owner,
Seth.
and I want you to come by sometime to come see the kittens.
See the kittens.
Yeah, you know.
Okay.
I mean, seriously, who doesn't want to see some kittens? It's a very, very,
That's true.
very
Especially
universal
when
appeal.
Especially when they're illegal kennel kittens.
What? Illegal kennel kittens.
Oh, did you not read the dossier?
I did not read the dossier. Are you telling me this is part of my backstory?
By possibly.
What is a dossier? Tell me what a dossier is.
Oh, it's like a big folder.
Oh, gotcha. We got a
Yes.
dossier. Apparently that had my backstory in it, and I came up with one for myself that was exactly the same.
I guess maybe because I'm a senior private investigator, I have access to more information. I
Gotcha.
apologize for the spoiler.
Wait a minute. How did they have this information? Because it sounds like the backstory I came up with for myself is known by the higher ups. So somehow the thing that has only existed into my head until I right now threw it out of my head has been known by people. That's a
You're
little
correct.
scary.
Yeah, they're always watching.
Our bosses?
Yes,
Whoa.
yes.
So what you're telling me is that this whole Patriot Act stuff and
Yes.
our whole undercover thing, it's not just about finding out information about criminals, it's about finding out information about private investigators.
That's right.
And I guess if we're private investigators, we're probably not even working for like a federal government.
It's all there's layers to this.
I know there are many layers to this.
There are very much layers to this.
It is
I
quite the
couldn't even
conundrum.
repeat what you just said. It's like you said it so eloquently. It's
Mhm.
like you and so articulately that I couldn't even attempt to compare.
I gotcha.
Yes.
I mean, did you get everything I said? You can be honest if you didn't.
Yes, I've got it recorded.
Okay, gotcha. Oh, you
Yes.
got it recorded. That's how they know all these things.
Well, it's like I've been recording them too.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean,
Like, it's a big food chain.
yes, the food chain.
Yes.
hmm
Yes. You start with the bugs, and then the birds eat the bugs, and then the bigger birds eat the smaller birds,
Mhm.
and then we eat the bigger birds.
Oh,
Yes.
it's good
I'm
to be at the
hungry.
top.
Yes.
So, just out of curiosity,
Yes.
did you get your backstory from the, what was it, what'd you call it again?
From the higher ups.
The higher ups, the document that you mentioned earlier. Did you get your backstory from that? Was that where it was said to you, or did you come up with it on your own?
Between you and me,
Yeah.
we collaborated.
Whoa. You
Yes.
collaborated with the higher ups?
We did. Yes. We had a writing session last weekend.
Wow.
Yeah, put in some weekend hours.
So I'm going to be honest, though, I had no such collaboration.
That's
and
fine.
either they got me pegged for a pet store owner,
Mhm.
or they can read my mind. And I don't know which one's scarier.
It's a detective's intuition. That's what it is.
Really?
They just look at you and they think, here's someone who is friendly and is good with animals.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Gotcha. Pet store owner.
Yes. Yes. And like a little mom and pop pet shop. We're not talking about like a PetSmart or a Petco or a pet
Yeah,
supplies.
yeah.
But like a little independently run pet store.
But here's another question. They had me name Seth as well, in both my head and in this document.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's an excellent question, Jerry. That's
Yeah.
a very good question. I honestly have no part in this.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't know
Because-
how we have the same name, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just Hopkins. It's like,
Yeah.
for all we know, when I'm doing all these exports, I may actually just be using an alias for something else.
Yeah.
They're just, if they need to get a hold of me, I'm just Hopkins. Hopkins.
Hopkins.
Hopkins. Yes. Yes. But my real name isn't Hopkins, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
No, you.
not playing on an act.
I know you are Tom.
Exactly.
You are Tom Jefferson.
Shh.
I know. I'm sorry. I shouldn't reveal your name. We are on the case.
Yeah. Again, I mean, this. There could be a hot mic in this room.
Mm-hmm. Oh Lord.
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, the walls have eyes. The walls have ears.
Huh.
The walls have mouths.
I'm sorry. I'll be honest. This is actually my first undercover case. I mean, you should know that you're my partner, but
Yeah.
it is
I
my
get it.
first undercover case.
Okay. No, but at the same time, it's like you're gonna be the face of the project. I'm gonna be the brains.
Gotcha.
You're gonna be putting on a charm,
Mhm.
running this little pet shop, and you're gonna make sure that maybe there's some illegal kitties come your way or something like that.
Yeah.
Your contact on stopping people from buying illegal kitties,
I
Yes.
see.
and illegal puppies and illegal birds and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's black market goldfish.
Black market goldfish.
I had no idea there was such a thing as
Yeah.
black market goldfish.
Gotcha.
But there are illegal goldfish
Mm-hmm.
and beta fish.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, this is a whole deep conspiracy.
I get it. It is a whole deep conspiracy.
Yes. A lot to absorb, isn't it?
It is a lot to absorb, you know?
Yeah. I mean, your silence speaks volumes. I mean, I'm telling you stuff that I should not technically be telling you.
Yeah,
But
I know.
I don't want you to get run over. This is your first case.
I know it is.
Bro, I mean, I could be dead any second.
Mm-hmm. I know. You're also revealing all the details of the case as we're on it, which technically is against the rules, but I do thank you because honestly, I am forgetting the details in my nervousness.
Yes, because I don't want you to get thrown under the bus.
No, I
Trust me,
get
I remember
it.
my first case.
Mm-hmm. I guess this is the point where we go rogue and we break the rules, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. We're going to Starsky and Hutch this thing.
Oh my God.
We're just going to play by our own rules.
Mm-hmm.
We just go so deep in cover they can't even find us.
Here's a thought.
All right.
What if we changed our undercover names to Starsky and Hutch and see if the criminals notice?
Let's hope these criminals like their early 70s cop shows.
I don't know. Maybe they do, maybe they don't.
Yes. Or late 70s cop shows.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Or we could be the streets in San Francisco. I'm Malden and you're Douglas.
Yeah. That's
Mhm.
another cop show.
Another cop show. Different
Yeah.
part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You
Or
know,
we could be other cop shows. I'm Kojak, you're McLeod.
we could be government agents who are finding extraterrestrial biddings. We could be Mulder and Scully.
Dibs on Scully.
Oh, yeah, I gotcha. Quite
Okay.
frankly, I think everyone wants to be Gillian Anderson.
I mean, we can't let this get too convoluted because then otherwise we're going to lose sight of our goal.
Yeah. I know. But one more question.
All right.
Do you know the cops from Brooklyn Nine-Nine and which ones would apply to us? Because honestly, I don't.
Oh, honestly, I'm only about halfway through season 3.
Oh,
I think
gotcha.
I did the first episode that had Jason Manzanakis.
Okay. I mean, honestly, you could be Andy Samberg, and I could be Terry Crews.
Okay.
I don't know. Those are like two characters. Those are two actors that I know are on there. So.
Okay. I was
Yeah.
just gonna say, as long as you didn't say Hitchcock and Scully, the two older cops, the two that are kind of bubbling.
Okay. Yeah,
Yes.
I'm sure.
Okay.
Anyway.
Yes. Okay. Okay. We're gonna lose track of this mission.
I know the mission.
Pieces are moving every
know.
second. It's like a chess, but like on steroids.
And truth be told, we do have to track down this murderer.
Mm-hmm. That's right. And somehow this murderer is smuggling in illegal animals.
I know.
Yeah.
Smuggling in illegal animals, importing illegal animals,
Mhm.
putting them
Yeah.
in cages, and then putting people in the cages with the animals.
I'm gonna fool him into trying to buy animals that are in the United States, but are illegal to ship to other countries.
Oh,
Yes.
maybe some types of lizards or something.
Lizards, a couple of fish, yes. Some amphibians.
Gotcha.
There aren't a whole lot of illegal cats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Guinea pigs. Yeah, there's one type of guinea pig that's illegal too.
Anyway, yeah, and I think my job is I'm going to go in there and be the first guy who responds to his message, and going to go in there and offer him some of the exotic, because he did ask for exotic animals, but exotic but actually legal animals. You know, I have several odd iguanas, and I'm going to assume that's what he wants, even though we all know what he actually wants, which is large cats.
Large cats.
Yeah.
Right. Well, there's one other thing that I still have to tell you.
Whoa! Oh no! Wait a minute. Oh, I'm getting out my pen. Oh my god! Oh no! What just happened? Did you see what direction that came from? That direction? It came from. I don't know. I don't know what to do right now. Give me the check. Give me the check. Give me that.
Okay. And see,
Oh my god! We're being watched. We're surrounded or something. Something's going on right now.
yeah, this is all part of an inside job.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
No one
I
could
think-
have possibly found us by now.
No, but I think I know a safe place we can go.
Where's that?
The pet store.
The pet store.
Oh, thank you so much to Alex Gardes, Naz Nazim, Buddha Bob, and Rebecca Kaplan. Again, we are taking Labor Day weekend off. We will be back next Wednesday with Rebecca Cohen and Sydney Davis Jr. Dan, thank you so much for being our lovely tech guy. Thanks to everyone who has tuned in for these last 45 shows. And as near as we can tell, we're going to keep going until the theaters reopen, which as far as we know, will probably be
2021.
probably sometime after New Year's. And that's being optimistic. But yeah, we'll keep doing this every Sunday and Wednesday. In the meantime, please stay home. Please wash your hands. Believe women. Black Lives Matter. Have a good night.